Hello, I'm Michael Glass from michaelglass.com, where we focus on making informed decisions about our financial future. This is our forex technical analysis trading plan for the pound dollar, the euro dollar, and the dollar franc. Before we pull up our video, we always want to start off our disclosures. Any symbols you see today should not be inferred as a trading recommendation. No matter what form of investing you choose, stock, forex, futures, options, they all have a level of risk associated with them. You can lose all of your money. Any strategy we show today are for informational purposes only. Future results are not guaranteed. And finally, any investment decision you make is solely your own responsibility. Trade at your own risk. As we said, this is our forex technical analysis trading plan for the pound dollar, the euro dollar, and the dollar franc. In each video, we look at the prior session's price action to come up with key support and resistance price levels. We'll review the gold chart to come up with leading sentiment. We'll try to create a low volatility inside bar watch list, and we have an education spotlight at the end. Please send your feedback and comments to contact@dmbfx.com, and let's head to the charts. As always, we are starting off with the gold daily chart, and what's important about the daily chart here for gold is we've been talking about this consolidation range for obviously about a month. And we told you to watch these wicks. So even though we had a resistance line here, we saw the 20 moving average, we saw our downtrend line, and we said watch these wicks. If we can get above these wicks, that's where we're going to make a move. And you can see over the past 2 days, we have finally made our move up here to the 20 moving average. I'm just looking at this little gap up here that we have back in August, and that matches up again with our wicks. Of course, gold is liquid, and so you have to have a wider stop, but you can see we broke through that, and we have continued to make our move up here to the 50 moving average. On our 1 hour time frame, we can see this 1 hour really took up a big part of that move, and then it continued, and now we're consolidating a little bit. So as long as 1700 can hold up with this volume support, we can make that run up to the 50 moving average, potentially even 1766, which is the top end of our next range. But we'll have to see if this move can continue. Now, with strong gold, what's interesting is we'll see that many of our other currency pairs pretty much are moving right along with it. Now, the euro dollar made the move first, and here gold is catching up later. But you can see we ran up and tested our resistance area that we've had in here on the daily chart of 1.397. And now we're starting to pull back a little bit, and we'll have to see if the 50 moving average will hold up here as support. Where we're located right now on the daily chart is this little swing high here. You can kind of see the wick here. You can see the wick here and here. Well, that is basically where the price action is right now. So we may find, again, some support in here at the 50 moving average where we are right now. We can see on the 1 hour time frame that we are in a neutral zone right now. We drew in a little channel here. You can see that it acted as resistance here. Ever so slightly, the dollar is in control. We got a little divergence there, which is what caused our price action down. We can see the euro is moving sideways while the dollar is trending lower. However, the dollar is starting to head up just a little bit, which again is while the dollar is in control in this pair, we see a little pullback. But we're in a neutral zone. We're also putting in sort of an inside bar right now. We have the resistance at 1.39. We'll see if we'll have the support put in. And right now we're kind of hanging out neutral on our indicator. Looking at the pound dollar, hasn't quite made it all the way up, but it was also kind of late to the move, and it moved up higher here. Sort of testing the 50 moving average. Look at the volume though. The volume on this is just kind of just hanging out here, even as we pushed higher. This one is ever so slightly in the sell zone, and this one also shows the dollar being in control. A little bit more divergence, which brought us this big move down here. We'll be interested in this 1.59. We've had this on here for a while. You can see how valid this is, how often it is tested. So if we do pull back, it'll be interesting to see if we bounce here. Dollar, again, trending lower with a little move up. And the pound, ever so slightly, is trending higher. Once again, we're in a neutral zone. Finally, for the pound dollar franc, we can see the 200 and the 50 moving acting as support here. As we got this 4-day move, we kind of put in some inside bars, some sideways action. So we want to watch two things: 0.8923 to see if we run back up here to the 20 moving average and our uptrend line. We also want to watch these wicks. If we can get above these wicks, for our aggressive traders, there is a breakout trade there above 0.885. But overall, we can see we're below our long-term moving average. We're ever so slightly in a buy zone. The dollar is in control, which would allow this to move higher. But we can see the nice uptrend here on the franc and just a recent up move here on the dollar. And once again, we are in neutral. As we move to our watch list, we start off with our low volatility watch list, which is our 1 hour time frame using Bollinger Bands, watching for those bands to pinch to show that period of consolidation, contraction in the market, and looking for a break of that upper lower band. But currently today we do not have any candidates. As far as our inside bar candidates, we have the dollar Canadian. That's watching today's range as compared with the previous day, which would be Tuesday. And you hope to find, you mark the high and low of today's range, and you look to find a break in the direction of the trend. As we continue our conversation about trading plans, we've been focusing on the type of trader that you should be. And our little statement here basically says that when you take the time to document and come up with your own trading system, you're basically developing a paradigm. You're forming a criteria, a way that you're going to formalize which trades you will take, which trades you will not take, what candidates are good, which ones are bad. This is all about defining your high probability trading setups. It helps you select when you get in, where you get out. It helps you to do the analysis of the trade to make sure was it successful or not, whether or not there's a changes in the market climate that we had to make adjustments, or whether or not our systems and our setups are still working. So we have to take the time to document this because, again, it's a way of educating yourself about the type of trader that you are and the type of trader that you want to be, and more importantly, whether or not your current system is or is not working. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We have a page on Facebook, which is Are You Financially Literate? We have our free 5-video course. This is all about giving you a framework for the market, how you should frame the market, how you level the playing field to have high probability trading setups. We hope that gives you a gauge of who we are as coaches so that we can work with you one-on-one to develop a personalized trading plan. Cash back for your forex trades. Why not get the rebates? It doesn't change the spread to the trade conditions, but it is rebates for your trades. And finally, automated signals. If you want to receive those as a part of your paradigm and formalizing who your candidates are and are not going to be, you can get the signals to trade them for yourself or have it traded automatically. In the end, it doesn't make a difference about your system or your indicator if you're unable to pull the trigger. And that's what developing a trading plan, developing a trader mindset, it's all about. It's all about the ability to form that paradigm, to be able to formalize which candidates are good and bad, and more importantly, identify your risk-reward ratio by knowing your entries and your exit. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.